Hey, this is Antoine from High Speed Logistics. Today I want to talk to you guys about freight dispatcher versus freight broker. A freight dispatcher finds loads for truck drivers or trucking companies for a percentage of the total load, which can vary from about 5% to 10%, and that's the percentage that the dispatcher would charge the trucking company. They coordinate and track all shipments, negotiate freight rates, increase revenue for trucking companies, store all records, bills, and invoices, know all sizes and styles of trailers, and be a source of communication between truck drivers, brokers, and shippers. So, guys, basically what a freight dispatcher does, they use load boards and other sources to find loads for truck drivers. And once they find a promising load, they make a phone call and negotiate with the freight broker for that load. And if the freight dispatcher decides to book that load for the trucking company, whatever that load pays, the freight dispatcher gets a percentage of the load for finding it. So, for example, if the load paid $1,200 and the dispatcher made 8% of the 1,200, the dispatcher would get $96 for booking that load. And the way that dispatcher gets that 8%, the $96, is by invoicing the trucking company. So, a freight broker is a middle person between a shipper who has goods to transport and a carrier who has the capacity to move that freight. Must have a surety bond. It depends on your personal credit, how much your surety bond is going to run. In most cases, it can run about $8,000, but it could be more, it could be less. Depends on your credit. Must have a motor carrier number. They receive the difference between what the shipper pays to get the load moved and what the carrier slash dispatcher accepts the load for. They post loads to load boards. They agree on rates with carrier slash dispatcher. They coordinate all load movements for shippers and receivers. So basically, guys, this is what the freight broker does. So a shipper pays a freight broker to get a load moved. So the shipper might give the broker $1,500. So when a dispatcher calls in about a load, you would never know that the broker is getting paid $1,500 to move the load. You and the broker might agree on $1,200 so to get the load moved. So if you guys agree on $1,200, basically the broker made $300 to coordinate and get that load moved with the trucking company. So the broker is a middleman that works with the shippers and the receivers to maintain contact with the trucking company. So the broker doesn't actually have the truck to move the freight. The trucking company does, but the broker is the middleman and they coordinate everything and they get a cut out of the money. So I get this question a lot. Should you start as a dispatcher or a broker? Well, these are a few key points. Finding shippers as a broker can be very hard. So as a broker, you have to go out and you have to find people that need freight moved. And that can be very hard and time consuming. There's a higher startup cost for brokers, including surety bond, motor carrier authority, and insurance. Brokers have to have all three of those things. Dispatchers don't. It's the same profit potential, but with dispatching, you can start generating income quicker. Dispatching, if you get training, you can be dispatching loads for people and making money the next day. As a broker, it's a little bit longer process. There's more paperwork, there's more documents, and as I said earlier, you have to have that surety bond, motor carrier authority, and insurance. So what I do is I recommend dispatching first for people. I think that's if you're just getting into the trucking industry and you're thinking about broker versus dispatcher, I think dispatcher is the way to go. You can still make a lot of money by being a dispatcher, but it requires a lot less upfront costs and a lot less paperwork to be filled out, and you don't have to have your motor carrier number. So guys, that was freight broker versus dispatcher. Hey, if you guys got any questions about that, please comment below. And hey, thank you for watching.